Hello, everybody. This is Gareth Cahoon Speaks back here with part two of part seven in the Real People of the New Covenant series. This is part two. I'd like you to hit the subscribe bar, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, or hit the notification bell to be notified when I post my next post. Or otherwise, you can donate to my ministry and the charities that I support at garethcahoon3@gmail.com on PayPal. Or otherwise, you can look me up on YouTube and like and subscribe there, where you can see some videos that get banned elsewhere. And you can also scroll down and have a look at my created playlists, so you can see the videos that I watch when I'm not on YouTube, TikTok, X, or Instagram myself. This one here is part two. While later Christian passion and resurrection narratives. While later Christian traditions sometimes conflated Miryam of Magdala with other unnamed women in the Gospels, the canonical texts themselves present her simply as a woman from Magdala, delivered from severe affliction, who used her own resources to support Yeshua and follows him through suffering and beyond. Archaeological reports that associate Magdala Tarakiya with Miriam's hometown underline the Jewish urban and religious character of the site in early Roman period. Keeping strictly to the canonical Gospels grounds Miryam in her historical first century context a devoted follower without relying on later legends or attributing to her roles of spouse or scandal. Many other networks support and quiet discipleship. Luke mentions Yohana and Miryam by name, but also refers to Susanna and many others, indicating that the circle of women who followed Yeshua and contributed to his support was larger than the named examples. Luke 8, chapter 3. These unnamed women helped fund travel, food, and basic logistics, ensuring that an itinerant group without land holdings or institutional backing could move across Galilee and beyond, a point emphasized in analysis of women who followed Yeshua from the Galilee and supported him financially. Historical research emphasizes that these women left the ordinary expectations of domestic stability, took on the costs and risks of itinerant life, and used whatever knowledge and resources they possessed to promote Yeshua's ministry. The description out of their means suggests that at least some had independent access to property, income, or movable wealth, placing them in a role of patrons rather than beneficiaries, in line with broader research on Jewish women as patrons in the Second Temple Society. The Patronesses in the shadow of the cross. In the Passion narrative, the woman from Galilee emerge again, now in the shadow of Roman execution. The Gospels note that women who had followed Yeshua from Galilee watched the crucifixion from a distance and then came to the tomb with spices, while many among the disciples had scattered or remained in hiding. Luke 23 verses 55 to 56 and Luke 24 verses 1 to 10. The patronage that once sustained travel and teaching thus extends into the final vulnerable phase of his ministry. The women continued to invest time, resources, and presence in caring for Yeshua's body, the Messiah's body, and in reporting the news of his resurrection, even when their testimony is initially dismissed. From Galilee to the cross and the empty tomb, these same women remain present in the story, appearing as constant, faithful disciples throughout the gospel narrative. Together, Yohana, Miryam of Magdala, and the many others form a quiet, durable backbone behind the more visible figures of fishermen, tax collectors, and scholars. Their hid lives, their households, and their means converged to support Yeshua's ministry, making them indispensable patronesses in the heart of Galilee's social landscape, and revealing that the gospel narrative is carried not only by public calls and councils, but also by networks of support woven through everyday domestic spaces. If you want to look back over the previous 6 parts of this series that I've been doing, you can look them up on TikTok, YouTube, and X. Part 1 is Zechariah and Elisheva in the book of Luke reveal temple era priestly life. Part 2, Yochanan the Baptist, the dissident of the priestly elite. Part 3, Miryam and Joseph from Nazareth's workshops to the ministry of Yeshua. Part 4, Maritime Partners of Galilee, inside the world of the first fishers of men. Part 5, the toll collectors Yeshua's call in the heart of the Galilee's tax system. Part 6, elite scholars of Jerusalem, Nicodemus and Joseph of Arimathea in the wake of Yeshua. And number 7, part 1 and 2, is called Patronesses of the Galilee, Yohana, Miryam of Magdala, and the women who followed Yeshua. You can see this is part 2 of part 7, but part 1 is in the previous post to this one. So come back for part 8 of this series in the future. Shalom, Maranatha, and Hallelujah.